bangata ba kenya nako le a lot of effort go bona bana ba bone ba kena dikolo tse hlwahlwa ebile ba ba bona ba ya go di-university empa go botlhoko go bona ngwana a feditse a se tshwere certificate seo empa a dutse hae. Dumelang ra le amohela ho Talk SA ka jeko ke tla ho lona ke le Durban lampona ke mo gara mawatle tulo entle hampe empa ena le mathata a hore bongata ba bana ba ileng hore ba kene dikolo ba dutse ko mahaeng. One ya bana bao ke abuti o ileng hore ke Adrian Peters, who is an electrical engineering graduate, but o leng hore o na le 10 years a dutse hae a sa sebetse. Adrian, welcome to Talk SA in the wind in the middle of the sea.
Thank you very much.
You're an unemployed electrical engineering graduate. What's life like for you?
Life today for me is about scraping together the bits and bobs that I can find. Life's not easy, although there's much to be grateful for.
La ikutlwa he mathata a mangata re hone mo beachfront empa a re yeng mobile studio sa rona mo re tlokopanang le engwe hape graduate ba tlo re bolela hore bophelo bo jwang ba feditse sekolo empa ba dutse mahaeng. A re yeng. Ka jeko re shebane le batho ba ileng hore ba kene dikolo ba kentshe tšhelete le nako hore ba tsweletse dithuto tsa bone ko pele empa ba dutse hae kapa ba sebetsa mesebetsi e leng hore ha ba ikenela sekolo. Joining us now in studio ke Adrian Peters, o leng hore he's an electrical engineering graduate. We welcome you back to Talk SA.
Thank you very much.
And hape re na le Osi Nontando Shembe, who's a communications unemployed graduate. We also welcome you to Talk SA.
Thank you.
We are sitting in the rain, but as we are Talk SA, we come to your community, rain or shine, we still continue with our conversations. Ngizoqala ngawe Nontando, ungena isikolo, ufaka isikhathi sakho, bowufisa ukuthi ube yini empilweni for you to further with your studies.
Okay. So mina bengifisa ukuba i-marketing consultant where ngizoxhumanisa khona inkampani engisebenza kuyona mhlawumbe ngibe in charge of ama campaign okumarketa whatever services or products abay supplier kuleyo company. That was isifiso sami. Hence ngastudisha into we ngamajorisha kwi-marketing kodwa ke ngithema ngiphuma esikoleni evarsity hayi kwakubonakala ukuthi no imisebenzi yakhona ayitholakali.
Qale nini ukufuna umsebenzi mase uqedile ukugraduate noma in your third and final year beso ngathi uyakhangela?
Okay, ngonyaka ogcina in the third year bese siqala applyela ama graduate recruitment programs kodwa akuzange ngithole positive responses kuwona. So kwathi ke even sengiqedile ukufunda sekuphelile and I got my certificate ngaqhubeka ngawufuna umsebenzi but wangatholakala and ngagcina ke kodwa ngithola kwenye indawo okuyila ngisebenza khona njengamanje.
Adrian, you studied electrical engineering.
Yes,
take me a little bit to your childhood years, the dreams you had leading up to where you are today.
Well, I wouldn't say that I was a typical boy that had a dream of becoming a fireman or a police officer.
Or a doctor.
Or a doctor. Well, doctors was never, I was always scared of needles, if you know what I mean. So, no, I always dreamed of following my father's footsteps, working in the rail industry. My dad always took me to work and I always found it interesting, interesting.
Yeah.
To drive around the trucks and typical little boy stuff,
So you went and you did is it a diploma?
Yeah, it's a diploma. Yeah.
And how long did it take you?
It took about 3 years.
About 3 years. So you graduated, big dreams, ready to hit the world, and then what happened?
Well, pretty much. No matter how hard I tried, I never found a job in the industry that I actually studied in.
How long ago did you graduate?
That would be about 2004, 2005, yeah, around there.
Sure, so over 10 years.
That's a long time ago.
So in the 10 years, you've never found any work in what you studied?
Never. I have been a plumber, I have been a bartender, I have been a tattoo artist, I have been a builder, a plasterer, I have been a machine operator for a very big railway company.
How did that make you feel? How was life knowing that you spent so much time and so much money investing in that education, yet you could never use it ever in your life?
Well, I don't think the impact has ever struck me as hard during the run of my life as it does right now. Because I am now an adult and I'm now at the peak of my life. Tomorrow is another peak, but today is the peak. So I think that today is what is most important. How I felt during my lifetime or during my adult years, not getting a job as an electrical engineer, that doesn't matter. The fact of the matter is, we are quick to blame empowerment, black empowerment, or whatever. But the truth of the matter is, it doesn't matter how many black people take the jobs. There's enough white people, business-owning white people, to give me as a white person a job.
Do you think it's purely based on color?
No, I do not. It's socialism. It's financial socialism. The poor get poorer and the rich get richer.
Regardless of what color you are?
I am a poor man. That is why I cannot get a job, regardless of my color.
Sure. Nontando, who do you blame this on?
Ngivele ngazi because angithi mina isikhathi esiningi ngiblame mhlambe on angazi noma ngizothi ama companies are strict kakhulu ngoba mangabe uyile tertiary ufunda lento abakufundisa yona encwadini and then mawusuthi uya apply sebekutshela ukuthi bafuna experience uvela ungabisazi ukuthi konje bathi angiyithathephi
ngoba bona self the people that are supposed to give you the experience
abanginiki yona so kona ke mhlawumbe nabo phela bafuna umuntu ozokwazi enza umsebenzi kodwa I think ngiyacabanga ukuthi mina kufanele ngabe kunendlela yokuthi ku incorporate abantu abaphuma esikoleni bathatha apart from ama graduate recruitment programs because awakwazi ukuthatha wonke ama student akhona maningi ama students so uma ngase mhlawumbe nama companies aku private sector ayenze leyo nto ukuthi bafuna uku-incorporate or kunike ithuba so abantu abaphuma esikoleni bekungasiza kakhulu.
Adrian, you're currently living at a shelter. What's life like for you?
I have learned to adapt to my surroundings. I have not a day that I can complain about anything.
Sure, Adrian, if we had more South Africans like you, we'd have a much brighter country. Re bua ka di South Africans ba leng gore ba kene dikolo empa ba ithola ba le mo tuputupung ya gore tshwantse ba bone gore ba kopantsha jwang bophelo. Hopole ha o ka ba o batla bus ya rona le mobile studio e fihle e pake motseng wa hao o romela fela email ho talksa@sabc.co.za mo leng gore re tlo fitla re bue ka gore go tsagala eng mo dulang teng re tla bona ha re boa. Welcome back to Talk SA. It's been a sad reality that historically a lot of people could not go to school. Joining us now in studio, Kintate David Mohale, Oileng Director at the Office of the Vice Chancellor at the Durban University of Technology. Raho Amohela, who Talk SA. Still joining us is Adrian Peters, who is an unemployed electrical engineering graduate, still sticking with us right here on Talk SA. And Tate David, you're a part of an institution unemployment rate especially
in any country where you have the economy that is stagnant. It does not matter how well you prepare your graduates. First and foremost, you need a performing economy so that university produce graduates. We know that for the past few years in South Africa, our economy has not been doing very well. That's problem number one. Secondly, I think at basic level, all of us as stakeholders beyond the university, we need to start asking ourselves questions. How should we evolve the nature of a university as a system? There are many things which we should have anticipated. The fact of the matter is that part of the reasons why we've got to be honest. The type of skills that we do give to them, we continue to encourage whereas we should be doing the opposite. I mean, we're in the 22nd century now. We should be thinking about industrial revolution. And I do think that we need to start speaking about universities or university education as instrumentalists, meaning we have got to tamper with the system. What has been happening in the past few years, university system is stuck in the olden days. That's problem one. And because we are living in a capitalist economy, we do know that those who are opposed to capitalism think that capitalism is all bad. One of the few things that capitalism is doing well is to ensure that there is ongoing development, meaning that we cannot rest on our laurels. Ho na le closer cooperation between the university sector and business sector.
So gwa kopano gwa sebediswana.
Ho qala ho buisana hore na okay. For instance, I would give an example of where I am based currently at Durban University of Technology. Every year in August, we have what we call Entrepreneurship Month. All established businesses throughout the country, interface student, they also give us feedback in terms of the third problem, which I think goes beyond the university system, especially since 2009, and this is the problem that will be with the country for many years to come, because we focused more on pushing the quantity, the number of learners who pass metric. We lowered the standard, we lowered the quality of education. Now, pass metric, we celebrate them. Now, number of them have a go university. They are not ready, and to be fair to the university system, you cannot expect 3-4 years they spend on university to undo
the 12 years
the legacy 12 years and these are the tough questions that we need to start talking about as a country if we are serious. And the starting point is to appreciate that for the next few years, because there's been oversupply of these people that have not been adequately prepared for our basic education. Problems in the quality of our graduates, and how about university, where do they go? They go to the workplace.
David, are we saying hore di graduate tsena ke di graduate fela ka lebitso le pampiri? Are we saying that re ba fitisitse through all these years to a point mo leng hore ba feditse sekolo ha ba kgone kena mo mesebetsing because of kaofela dintho tse etsahetseng when they were still go lower go basic education?
Look, I'm raising all these questions because graduate unemployment, we are focusing on the surface as if the problem is small. And I'm raising all these questions so that the moment our problem is deeper than we realize for the next 25 years. Because look, it's like how on the structure. It's not because there's something wrong with the structure. Foundation hangata is wrong. And I am saying, if our foundation is not right, we must expect these difficulties. And trust me, a number of countries in the last few years are demonstrating capacity to innovate. Why is it that in South Africa we are not innovating?
Adrian,
you finished your studies. What are you doing with your life right now? How are you putting food on the table?
Currently, I'm stealing a bit with my eyes, and I've seen a few other people make what we call ocean in a bottle. And it's just a basic way to just make a few rands, you see?
So you made this all by yourself?
All by myself.
What's in it?
Well, it basically just consists from a bottle that comes from a dustbin, sand that comes from a beach, as well as shells and stones, a plant from some garden, and some water.
Re na le motse wa beachfront o leng ho rutsile ka bongata la bona le lona re dutse hara pula maru a thibile empa ditaba tsone ntse di tswela pele. Ke batla hore jwanong sikhulumeni sihlanganene ngokuthi singena isikolo sifake imali sinabo bhuti nabo sisa sibabonayo bangena isikolo kodwa bahleli nathi emakhaya abasebenzi. Umbuzo wethu wokuqala ubuya kubhuti, usitshela igama lakho nokuthi ufuna ukwazini.
Bengibuza nje ukuthi ingane ukuthi masoqeda umatric still uhlele ekhaya umsebenzi abawutholi uyahamba umuntu uyofesa ahlale ekhaya mhlawumbe unyaka wonke akasebenzi kodwa uqeda umatric amakampani angakwazi ukuthi abaqashe.
Ho tlo hlokahala hore banka karolo ka for all stakeholders. A number of people have been calling for economic codesa on how do we turn our economy around. Because it's not growing. And trust me, it does not matter how much or what you have. If the economy is not growing, because the economy is not growing.
Umbuzo wami ukuthi for ama graduates ukuthi akwazi ukuthola experience kuma field omsebenzi abafundele, ubani omele abe liable phakathi kwa government nama companies.
Look, I earlier said I think all stakeholders are to blame for the problems that we're having. If my memory serves me well, in around mid-2000, we took a trip to United Arab Emirates, and we were quite fascinated by what we discovered there. You'll find that when you are an undergraduate student, you attend classes for 4 hours a day, and from first year, you get exposed to the practical side of things for 4 hours a day.
In what you're studying?
In what you're studying. So by the time you graduate, the game that we're playing in South Africa, that universities are saying, we're giving you graduates, and then the companies are saying, no, they are not ready. You do not find such a problem.
We definitely won't be safe. Potso ya rona ya mafelo e tswa ko bo abuti ko morago.
Igama lami uXolani Dube. Bengibona kungcono singafuni umsebenzi vula amabhizinisi ethu senze umsebenzi wamathalente umsebenzi wezandla kanje.
No potso ya bofelo, I mean, batho ba bangata, as you were saying, we are now encouraging bana gore ba kene mo dikgwebong as opposed to gore ba kene dikolo. Ke solution ena?
Ke nahana ke solution. Mme ke nahana gore re le Afrika Borwa ka ithuta go tswa dinageng tse ding tsa boahisane. I always find it interesting that bana ba rona ba tswang dinageng tsa boahisane, they are able to come into the country. They are able to see what you and I cannot see. And then when we get angry, we say, now, I'm not sure if that is a problem of our psyche as a nation, or it's because education from a very young age. Prepare or no, ba kgone ho ikemela.
Hona le mafatshe a tshwanang le bo Botswana ba bileng le bo Tirelo Setjhaba mo ngwaneng a le gore wa kena o lo sebetsa pele a ya university gore ha kena a lo balla ntho a e ballang a tsebe hantle gore o ikenya mo eng. Re tla le bona ha re tswa papatsong re tsweletsa pele ka yona taba ena ya kajeno. Repetere le amohele hape ho Talk SA for the third and final segment. Mo re buang ka batho ba ileng hore ba kene dikolo empa dithuto tsa bone ha di a ba sebeletsa. Joining us now on Skype ke the executive chairman ya SA Council for Graduates and Cooperatives o ileng hore ke Thamsanqa Maqubele. Thamsanqa sakwamukela ku Talk SA.
I'm Thamsanqa Maqubele from the South African Council for Graduates Cooperative in Johannesburg, South Africa.
Firstly, how do we make sure that we move our graduates out of a situation where they go to school empa ba ithola hore ba tswile yaanong ba dutse ko mahaeng ha bana mesebetsi?
The South African Council for Graduates Cooperative exists to close the youth unemployment gap by simply connecting the youth to workplace training, entrepreneurship opportunities, as well as manufacturing. We do this by ensuring that we help business and government connect with talented youth by building a career pipeline from colleges and universities. It is very important that university students are able to undergo what we call career or job match assessment. The SACGC has actually begun with this process where all the interns, we place over 1,000 interns a year on funding that is funded by SETAs, and we believe that this has been quite helpful. But we're starting it in the middle. We believe that for career guidance to be effective, it needs to be backed up by a sound career assessment. And we're using a battery of the PXT assessment, which we believe is quite effective in redirecting and channeling the young people towards career opportunities that are best suited for in terms of their thinking style, energy level, and interest.
So lona le department ya education, especially hore le government ke eng se le ka batlang ho ikopa ho especially the private sector hore le berekisane le ba dikgwebo hore le tlo kgona ho thola bana hore ba kene mo mesebetsing?
So we believe that entrepreneurship should not only be taught, it should be taught, but it should be practiced. And the best place to practice entrepreneurship is on campus. Over 40 billion rand is spent by students that are studying at the 25 South African universities in a given year. There's a huge amount of money which we believe that can actually be connected and be turned into an economic cycle and an economic activity for students and by students. Students are consumers and buyers, but we want to convert them to become entrepreneurs, manufacturers, and industrialists.
All right, ra leboga he ke ena motho o ileng hore o re jwetsa hore ke eng se re ka setsang re le naha hore tlo kgona tsweletsa pele re kgone ho bona hore economy ya rona ya hola re tlo kgona ho kenya di graduates tsa rona within the working force. A re utlwe he naha ya beachfront hore yone e reng with regards to getting our unemployed youth back into the workforce. We'll start with your comments.
Now you find the youth graduated, but don't have the connections, the right connections, so they can't find jobs. So my advice to the youth would be like, go out there and try to network with people. Don't just sit at home. It's not done because you did the big thing. You got the papers, you got the qualification, but try go out there and try network with people and just try to speak to people whereby you can try to find connections.
All right, thank you for that. And your closing comments, sir.
Firstly, my name is Khalib Goliath. What I find a big problem we have in South Africa, especially here in KZN, we have tourists coming from all over the world commenting on our street art, these guys that do the out of sand, they make sculptures, and the people are very happy to see that. But our own South Africans don't step up the game and help these poor people and support them. And I even feel the Tegwini Corporation should come in and help these people to move forward. And even the guys that's doing street entertainment and artists, even this guy sitting next to me, he's a musician, he can sing, but there's no way forward.
We are very enthusiastic about dilo tse leng hore ra di etsa. I just want to turn to my panel and get your closing comments. How do we move ourselves forward? And especially, Adrian, from you, being a person who is in this situation, what words of encouragement would you give to undergraduates or other graduates that are unemployed, that are sitting at home but don't know what to do with their lives?
People in my position, don't lose hope.
Don't lose hope, indeed. Abuti David Tsahao Manzwe, especially coming from a person o leng hore la di producer di graduate tsena. Bana le tshepo, bana le a lot of hope, but now they get into the world out there and the efforts tsa bone ha ona mo di leng teng.
That's true. Look, it's tough, but as Adrian is saying, I think we need to do more to make sure that our graduates have personal agency, so that when they go through difficulty, they do not just have to give up and say it's the end of the world. It shouldn't be. Lastly, as I said throughout, we do need government, universities, private sector, all of us to step out of our comfort zones and begin to think seriously about the future of this country, lest we find ourselves one day where none of our kids will have nothing to do because the economy will have collapsed. I think it's everybody's responsibility.
Don't lose hope, and hopefully we are hoping that our economy will expand and people will be able to get into the job market, and the potential that our young graduates have seen in themselves and have put in terms of getting themselves into schools can then be realized within our country, because we need a country with young thinking people that are able to contribute towards this economy. O hopole hore conversation ena ya rona e tsweletsa pele hone mo di social pages tsa rona ke @TalkSA on Twitter, Facebook ke TalkSA, Instagram ke TalkSA SABC. O hopole hape hore o ka re sendela email ho talksa@sabc.co.za ha le hore o batla re bona re kena ka traka ena ya rona, re tlo dula hone motseng wa hao, re tlo bua ka ditaba tse shebaneng le rona. To everybody else, even those unemployed graduates that are losing hope at home, re le TalkSA re na le lona, re tla le bona hape bekeng e latelang.